Today is a day to conquer fears. Not even gonna lie, I feel sick to my stomach this morning. When I was really little, I went to a children's summer camp every single year. And there was a zip line there, and I would reach the top of the zip line every single year. I'd get to the very top, I'd climb up that spiral staircase, and after about a few minutes of climbing it, I'd reach the top, and there would await someone ready to send me down the zip line. And I remember just looking down and looking out, and just thinking, there is no way I am going down this zip line. I knew I was totally capable of it, but my body just wouldn't let me go. For years and years and years, I would get to the top of the zip line and I would still manage to not go down. Until one year, I finally went down and I realized it wasn't that bad. That's the thing about our fears, and that's the thing about our heads, is we tend to overthink every little thing, and it's really like, why are you so afraid? Why are you so afraid? You can really get to the root of every single fear if you just ask yourself, why am I so afraid right now? I am in Queenstown, New Zealand today, and we're gonna face my biggest physical fear. But first, let's get some coffee. Okay, now I'm ready. The reason I'm doing this bungee jump is for a few reasons. Number one, bungee jumping was never on my bucket list, okay? Like, it was never on there. Sure, skydiving's on there, and I went skydiving last year, and some other crazy things are on there, like I wanna go hang gliding, and I wanna go paragliding, but bungee jumping never made the list because it scared me way too much. A few days ago, I arrived in Queenstown, New Zealand, which is where I'm at now, and this is the place where bungee jumping originated. It literally started here. So when I was doing research on New Zealand, it really stuck out to me that it originated here. I was like, okay, if I'm ever gonna do it in my life, I gotta do it in Queenstown. But it scares me. The funny thing is I come off as a very fearless person. I feel like everyone back at home thinks I'm so fearless because I solo travel and I do crazy things and I'm very spur of the moment. But what they don't see is this fear that lives inside of me. Like, I am not fearless by any means. I pretend to be, but I really am not. So if I can conquer my biggest physical fear, then I will be unstoppable in my eyes. You know, so I just need to do this for me. I got this tattoo in Sydney a few days ago. I love the hang loose mentality. So I got the Lashaka hand for that, and then the abbreviation around it stands for, if you're so smart, then why are you still so afraid? It comes from Billy Joel's song, Vienna. And when I first heard that song, it was like last year, and it was like the most comforting words I've ever heard in my life, not even gonna lie. When I was getting it tattooed, my artist was like, I took it as an ego boost. Like, if you're so smart, like you're capable of anything. And to a certain extent, yeah. But I don't really see it like that. The way I see this tattoo is to break down any fear that you have. So today when I look out, and I'm standing on the edge of that bridge, I'm gonna look at that tattoo and I'm gonna be like, why are you still so afraid? You know, because you can really break down any fear. Bungee jumping, for example. Why am I still so afraid? When literally they've never really had a problem, so why would I be the first? And you're working with professionals who know what they're doing, and let's say, God forbid, knock on wood, something does happen, then why would I still be so afraid? Because if that's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. So really, if your biggest fear is death, you could still even use that with this and say, why am I still so afraid? Because if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. So you cannot be afraid of the inevitable, you know? Like, you cannot be afraid of things that you can be afraid of things that you can't control, but you shouldn't be. So I really just want to be fearless. That's what this comes down to. It's gonna take every ounce of me to jump today. Just know that. I told so many people I'm going bungee jumping today just so I have the incentive to jump, as well as they told me that there's no refund if you don't jump, so I do not want to spend like $100 for nothing, you know? Okay, let's get the show on the road. And this is like the scariest thing I've ever done, for sure.
Good. I'm glad I could be here. It's scary.
I'm so scared. It'll be okay though. Like, I'm making myself jump. I got this. Okay.
See the camera, take deep breath. You got this. Okay, remember, hands up, chin down.
Hands up.
Chin down. Yeah, just hope you get a bit extra water. Alright.
Okay, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's okay.
You got this.
And just don't think about it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump.
Okay,
That was a practice.
I was a practice. It was a practice.
practice
I'm
on
so
my
sorry.
counter.
I got it. Okay. So dive out. Okay, dive out.
You got it. Here we are. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. One second. Okay.
So Brooke,
Can you give me like a little bit of a push?
We don't want to stand up here too long.
Yeah, no, because it makes it worse.
I'm not going to push you.
Okay, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So cool.